Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fishkeeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. Alright, so it's been a while since I have actually done a video like this, but I chose to do this video so as to help to big up a fellow fish keeper in Jamaica as he starts from the ground up a YouTube channel, and I'm asking that you go and support him. Okay, so his channel, he'll tell you about his channel, and you'll see a link to his channel below. Now I'm not going to be talking much in this video, just the introduction, just to say that this young man, he is a novice fish keeper. However, he had novice fish keeper. When I say novice, I don't mean like he just started fish keeping, but he's a novice fish keeper on YouTube. So therefore, he is actually starting out with his system setup in the backyard, just like me, and he's probably, you say he passed me out, right? Because he has a small fish room, a setup, several different fish, and like myself, he practices some commercial aspect in his fish keeping. He'll share more about himself, and I call him Roy. So yeah, tune in. I hope that this video actually encourage you to go and visit his channel. You can see the link to his channel below, and I hope that you will find it interesting. Right, as usual, low tech, low tech, not much fancy stuff, but very educational, and it's very cool. Thank you for subscribing to his channel, and I hope that you will come back and let me know what you think. So let's go.
Alright guys, my name is Giovanni Roy. I am from Mandeville, Manchester, Jamaica. I am involved in the fish keeping hobby here in Jamaica. A part of the few people that still do it, who is still trying to keep it alive. I have been keeping fish from as early as maybe around 9 years old, maybe younger than that. My parents used to buy me fish when I was a small child. I had an aquarium there. It's probably older than me right now. I've always been involved in like this marine life. Always interested in the fish, the snails, the shrimp, all those different things. I used to watch Animal Planet growing up. So every time they would bring on like the oceanic part of the Animal Planet, I'll be always interested in that. I mean animals in general, but the ocean, the freshwater, saltwater fish, inhabitants, they were always so interesting to me. So I got all of that, that love for them from growing up just watching Animal Planet, Discovery Channel, stuff like that. And I just wanted to have my aquarium looking just like how they had, just like how the environment looked on TV. I wanted to have that in my own space. So that's how I really got the love for animals and fish in general. Okay, so my fish location area is in Mandeville, Manchester, from a small community in my town. And not a lot of persons know that I do this because I don't really show it, but since recently I've been showing it on TikTok a lot, and I've been getting a lot of praise, a lot of followers, and a lot of support where that is concerned, because a lot of people are interested in this thing, but they are so afraid to go out there and show what they're in love with. A lot of people don't have time for it and stuff like that. So when they see me doing my thing, I inspire a lot of people out there as well. And there's a few people in Jamaica who is also doing this. I look out for their content. For example, their Fishkeeping Jamaica. He's maybe one of the only Jamaicans who is still doing the fish hobby, that has a YouTube channel or is on social media showcasing his skills and what he does in fish breeding, fish rearing, all that. Give you educational things about, just fish keeping in general. That's what he does on his YouTube channel. He's one of the only guys that are still doing it. I was very inspired by him to, push this hobby, to push my love for these things as well, because as I say, it's not a lot of people doing it, and it's kind of out of the norm for persons to be interested in these things. Mr. Dwight from Fishkeeping Jamaica also had giving me the heads up about this system here that they were actually giving away from a local pet store here in Jamaica, and I had to jump on the opportunity and get somebody up there to get it for me. So it has been here and it has been helping me a lot in rearing fish as well. So right now I haven't had the chance to set it up as yet, but it does have fish in it right now and so forth, and they are breeding like crazy. So I have a lot of guppies on here, and I use it as a holding tank for some fish. Sometimes I use it as a quarantine system for the time being. So I'm going to set it up soon. Probably going to break it down into 2 different parts as well. Alright, so fish keeping, it is both a hobby and a business, right? A lot of people just buy a fish because the fish look nice and they like it. So that's mainly for pets or a hobby type of reason. However, if you are spending a lot of money on getting a lot of these fish, you would need to make back some money, to turn it into an investment. Basically, that's what I am doing. Even though I love doing it, there's a thin point, there's a limit where you reach where you realize you've been spending tens of thousands of dollars on fish, just for liking them, but at the same time, you're looking back and you're saying, I'm spending a lot of money. So you have to try and get back something off it, even though you love the fish and you want others to actually be a part of the hobby, you want to keep the hobby alive. A way to do that is to also make it into a business, allowing others to get fish from you. It doesn't always have to be a selling thing. You could also give a friend, family some fish and so forth, but for the most part you want to have something in your pocket. If you want to grow the hobby, you need money, right? So if you want more tanks, for example, you want a nice tank again, you're gonna have to take that out of your bank account to buy it. You have to go work and do that. So that really makes sense to be taken out of your personal savings all the while to fund your hobby in the fish thing. So basically you need some kind of monetary backup to basically take care of your fish stock. So what I have done is to also turn it into a hobby, to breed and sell fish, to basically pay back for feeding, equipment, and basic necessities for taking care of the fish. So it is both a hobby and a business, because some of the fish I won't be selling none at all, and then some I will be selling just to make a profit, to spend back on the hobby itself. So it's more of a hobby, but it's more of a self-sustain. Alright, so finally, to summarize everything, the fish keeping hobby has been a lifelong journey for me, a lifelong wish for me, to just get all the fish that I possibly can, different species. If I could get all the fish in the world, I would do it. As in different species of fish. It's something that I've enjoyed coming up as a youth. I'm going to be 30 in the next couple months, and I've been doing this from about, as I said, maybe 8-9 years old. I've been doing this from, and just getting into it serious way, and I want to take it even further. It is something that I enjoy doing. I sit down here watching the fish on a regular basis, like maybe 1 hour, 2 hours a day, just looking at the fish, observing. It's something that puts my mind at peace. The richest man in the world, the richest people in the world have fish tanks, and they spend a lot of money on these fish tanks because it's like a piece of it can be also an art. The way how you set it up, it's like an art piece, It's like a relaxing art piece that you can sit and watch forever. You know, and it kind of relaxes your mind. You know, if you come in from a stressful day, you can sit down and look at your fish. Before long, your stress gone. You don't remember what you're really stressing about. You know, when your fish start breathing, that's another thing. It brings joy to you because, you know, you realize you create life. You know, you're a parent and so forth. And it's just a very, very fun hobby to be in. You meet a lot of people that you never know. You see a lot of things that you never know existed. You know, you learn a lot from this hobby, so it's been a great hobby. Okay, so the fish species that I'm currently keeping or interested in keeping right now, here I have a blue dream tank, which is some small blue shrimp. Currently interested in breeding them as well. First time keeping them, first time trying to breed them. Behind me I have a tank with a few fish. I'll be running through those. Those are it's a planted tank. It's about around 35 gallons or maybe 30 gallons. In here we have some widow tetras. I have the white ones and I have some glow tetras in there as well. I have some giant danios, but he'll be playing right through this screen here shortly, as I'll show you what exactly is in there. But yeah, those are what I'm interested in keeping at this moment. I have angelfish, different variety of angelfish, different variety of goldfish, cichlids, you know, convicts, parrot convicts, straight convicts. What else? I do have some actual OB peacocks as well, some electric blue hops. There's a whole variety of different cichlids that I'm interested in right now, and I'm still getting into other stuff that I would want to get into, just as, for example, cichlids such as the discus, which is a very expensive fish, but I'm still trying to put my hands on a pair of them. One day, somehow, someway, I'm gonna get one of those and try to breed them as well, because those have a lot of profit on them, and also they're very, very beautiful. So looking to get my hand on one of those. My biggest joy right now in the fish keeping hobby is, well, number one, I do have 2 or 3 points. Number one is experience to make new life, which is to breed these fish and to create offspring, create babies off of them. That is very, very rewarding to see. You know, you put 2 and 2 together and you make many, you know, so that's crazy for me as well. I love that. Also is to inspire others. So me doing what I do and doing what I love, I'm inspiring others to do the same, and that is like one of the biggest joys for me as well. Getting more people in the hobby, keeping the hobby alive. That is something that I really, really love and enjoy about this. Okay, the way how I acquire my fish equipment and fish stock. Well, my car is down right now, so I'm basically on walk foot. So I would take the bus and go to different parishes. Believe it or not, I do travel to different parishes to meet different fish breeders that I have met in the hobby. I mean, thank God for that. My platform on TikTok has been a tremendous help in me locating and finding different persons in the hobby that I could reach out to and basically get stuff from. So I buy what I'm interested in, and then from there I just go on straight into breeding. I do my research first, see if it's a fish that I can actually do breed easily and so forth. And I get fish from different locations, different pet stores and all that, and then I just go straight into breeding. So I have been investing in this for the past 1.5 years now, just investing, just buying equipment online, putting my hard-earned money into it, buying pumps, filters, you know, stuff that the fish want, fish food and stuff like that. And also I've been selling some of the fish to kind of make up for some of that money that I would be using back into the hobby. So that's basically what I do to maintain myself in the hobby. You know, how other fish keepers may want to purchase fish from me, or people that are interested in just they want a fish, a TikTok page which is has been tremendously doing great for me in exposing what I do here, right? It's called Adventure with Geo on TikTok. Basically that's where I showcase different pets. I also do advertise for persons selling animals. So if for instance I don't have dogs or cats and somebody have a dog and cat where they want to sell, I do advertise for people as well. For the pet stores, some pet stores I do advertise for, and then I advertise for myself as well. So if you want to reach me, it's Adventure with Geo on TikTok. If you want to find me on WhatsApp, my number is 419-3586, 419-3586. That's my number on WhatsApp. Alright, so a typical day of me caring for my fish stock. Basically, get up early in the morning, make sure I do all the rundown, turn on all the lights on the aquariums or whatever I have them in. I put there's some fish on the outside as well. I'll run a quick video to show you what I have on the outside. So basically what I do is to turn on all the lights, wake up early in the morning, look what's going on in the tank. Sometimes I sit down for half an hour to an hour just observing, looking at each and every fish, making sure I count them, make sure that everybody is alive, make sure that the tank is clean, filters are working, if there are any dead fish in there, take them out immediately, assess the tank, so forth. Basically a typical day is just for me basically doing some water changes on the tanks that need it, feeding all the fish. Basically I don't do a lot because the way how I set my systems up now, it's not really time consuming anymore. All the systems have filters in them. All of them are basically just self cleaning because I have plants in them right now, so they're self-filtrationing, if that's even a word. Basically the plants help me a lot in taking care of the water conditions. So I don't really have to do a lot every day. Just get up, feed them, observe, make sure that water changes and stuff like that. So nothing there crazy. My greatest concern regarding to the fish keeping now would be water quality is one of them. It's not all the while that we will get rain, and rain is what I depend on mostly right where I am, because Manchester, we don't have a river or sea really. So it's not like I can go to the river and get fresh water from the river. I have to depend on the rain. Right now I do not have a water system basically. I do have two small drums, maybe around 100 gallons each of them hold, if so much. I doubt it holds that much though. Maybe two of them together make 100 gallons, which is not really a lot for this many aquariums, because I have at least 5 aquariums now, 6 plus the outdoor systems, which I do have to do water changes on. So water change, the water quality and water is my main issue right now in the fish keeping hobby. Also competition with other vendors, you have other people selling fish out there and so forth. So what I'm trying to do is to be above the rest by putting out my social media, and also doing a lot of specific breeding and so forth. So that's what I've been doing to keep up with the competition.
Alright guys, so there you have it, a new fish keeper that I've discovered in Jamaica, in the cool hills of Mandeville. It's hope that you will be able to bask in his wisdom, and you will use it so as to push on with your fish keeping hobby. Peace out guys, catch you next time, bye bye. Pop.